Hello and welcome to the Nonsense Chronicles. This is Doug Sashry, and as always, I'm joined by, but again to my right,
Rob Mendiola.
Rob.
How's it going, Doug?
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Yes.
It's been good so far.
It's been a year so far.
Well, around here anyways.
Yeah, that's good.
Been some crazy stuff going on in the world already.
That's right.
Sad to see that stuff, but we'll get through it.
Yeah.
USA, man.
USA all the way.
All the way.
In my home state.
So what's been up?
Oh, just wrangling all kind of things around the house that need to get done and ready to shoot off maybe next week. It just depends on the weather may. Yeah, we might have snow down in the Houston area next week, man. So that between that and where I'm traveling to, I kind of have to always during the winter keep my eye on what's going on with the weather, and because I don't want to get buried somewhere and then
Get caught in a blizzard.
Yeah, that's any kind of ice on the road for anybody from the south. That's not a good idea. I mean, my friends up north think that's, come on, don't be a sissy, just driving. I'm doing like 5-10 miles per hour.
Well, it's warm in Texas in January, and we're able to wrangle a couple of special guests today.
We are. We're joined by Lawler.
Lawler
Oh,
hello. How are y'all today?
and Isis. Karma Isis.
Karma Isis.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, man, wait, hold on, wait, watch with that. Okay.
Is that considered politics?
It's like, God dang it,
We almost
2
went there.
days away.
I get randomly selected at TSA a lot.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
And she's even got the special passes that where she can
Oh,
go
yeah.
straight through the line.
You weren't wearing a flag, were you?
No.
Okay, that's good. Then we're all right.
I think they just want to search you. Could be.
That's it. Yeah, we're also, I think is this number 95?
I'm not sure what this will be, to be honest. I know we're reaching 100
Yeah, we're getting
episodes. Yeah, we're getting close. It's been pretty bizarre. We've gotten this far. Considering when we started, I'd never even done a podcast. I don't think I'd even listened to a podcast.
That's right.
So-
I'll wrangle them in.
did.
It's always a good thing to get somebody who's like down on their health and they can't really move far
Yeah,
away.
I couldn't run.
Yeah, so it's corner the right person, man. Every time I come in here, there's something about Rob that just distracts me, and I'm like easily. It's so funny that the dog in the movie Up, his name is Doug, and he says squirrel, and he gets distracted. It is
Yeah.
the people that know me, like they're like, oh my God, that's so you. And
That's Doug.
because like the first time I saw Rob with that hose, especially when he's sitting over there, but there's some over here too. It looks like he has a mustache.
What's wrong with mustaches, man?
Yeah,
does.
it just looked like he has with that shade.
Hey,
It's the
thank
top
God,
light.
thank God it's full because you'd be looking like a Hitler.
I know, right? I got the whole
Just a
hose.
small cast shadow. It's
And
like,
it's a hose under his nose for oxygen,
Yeah.
and then
It's good to breathe, man.
yeah, it's very good to breathe. And then today I'm distracted because he's sitting the way he's sitting, and he has these shoes on.
those are dope.
Yeah, they look like they're orange on the toes at the bottom. They're just fun.
These are actually water shoes. If you notice, they got like holes in the bottom.
Yeah, okay.
You're wear like in a swimming pool, but they're super
MMA
flexible.
would be hardcore with those.
Yeah, they're flexible and they're like super light.
Yeah.
So I
Probably
dig
good for
it
drumming.
because I hate wearing shoes. First off,
Yeah,
it's the first thing to come off when I get home from work. Shoes,
yeah. I
shoes,
got
shirt, pants, everything.
as
I would
much.
just say they would be on the verge of like an amputee on all your limbs on your toes because they look like just cut off real short. they're longer than that. It's just the pattern.
They do.
They'd have to work on that.
They do look oddly weird. So what did we gather here for? What are we talking about today?
Man, we're going to talk about Lawler.
Business.
All the business he has going on. And, he has a couple of things he does and he's good at.
Yeah,
He's been doing.
I'll say this about Lawler.
He's interesting.
Yeah, he is interesting. I when I first came in the area, Lawler and I first met at BFE. We were both cooking for I think it was for Christmas or something. It was some kind of gathering.
Yeah, it was probably a benefit or something.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
And we're both cooking, and
I didn't realize he cooked.
I had no clue that
Wow.
I had no clue much about him. I didn't know he played. I had no clue at that point that he played any music or anything like that. And I did learn about the tattoo. In fact, I waited till what was I about 52 years old, and I had my first ever tattoo. Lawler put on my shoulder.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, he
Very cool.
did. So I have two.
And we have the same barber too.
Yes,
wow.
we do. We do have the same barber. And
Legacy Barber.
that's right.
Wow.
Oh,
Shout out.
Some good people,
do it.
man. And Lawler, I don't know how much he talks about it, but I'm very proud of him as a human being for where I met him, where he was at, and where he's at now. And let me tell you what, there's different things that excite people, and what excites me, people, is not the problems I have, but man, how they overcome and climb over, and man,
Yeah,
hey,
for sure.
full in, man,
Sometimes problems are the best solution.
yeah. And if I've
Figure it
ever,
out, especially if you know from
It's good to get
what
knocked on
works
your
and
butt
what
sometimes,
don't work.
yeah, whenever I've ever seen you on something, man, you are full board in on it. You're 170% into any project I've ever seen you in.
Scares
so-
a lot of people.
Yeah. Me one. I always just get out of his way when I see him coming because he's like, he always looks like he's on a mission,
Yeah,
which is awesome.
Sometimes you in a position where you have to do other people's jobs. Sometimes,
Yeah.
or it just doesn't get the way you want. And if you have that much heart and control into something, I wouldn't say control, but just much passion, then you kind of want things to go visually a certain way. And sometimes that other people have their own visions and stuff and like to do their own thing, So
No, I dig it though.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, and it's not for everybody, but to me, those couple traits that I mentioned, man, it just makes me really appreciate the person you are, man.
yeah, I get that a lot, with Justin from Wildcatters. He likes
Justin
he likes
Whitfield.
he likes to do business with me. Simple fact of I put 100% and I don't bullshit. I don't lie. I don't do any of that. I'm just straightforward and too straightforward sometimes.
Yeah,
It's good when it's comes to business. It's good to be straightforward and
Got to
honest,
be.
open. Yeah,
Just be open.
Communicate.
and to work things out to where there can be a solution.
Yeah.
I like that. But by the way, do we have to mention R.I.P. Carmen?
Yeah. Well, we could. Yeah.
I can't
All
believe.
right.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Well, this is that's why when she made that post yesterday, I said, "Wait, for real this time?" Because last time,
Yeah,
she
I
was
wasn't
supposed to get
surprised
out.
by it, but it was
No,
like,
yeah,
wow, okay. It
Yeah,
happened.
man, look, she's all over the place. She travels and I mean, good. Go enjoy life. Do
New,
what you
new
want to
marriage.
do. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's fun.
And it was discussed a couple of years ago
yeah,
that she was thinking about it, I think.
yeah. She was, and then in fact, I asked her, but it was never quite, and then it was not at all, and then I was like, okay, she's still here, but now she's moving. Go,
So
Carmen.
I guess just the new chapter in her wanting to move forward, which salute to that.
So what you got going on, man?
Well, let's see. I've got a lot of confusion going on in my life that needs to turn to positive, so I really can't enlighten on a lot of things, but there is some things that I will be doing in the near future, kind of like helping my my associates for enduring tattoo and stuff. He's needing some guidance and stuff, so I'm going to go back and do that. And then also, basically since COVID, I was retired.
Yeah.
I was like, well, I can kind of just do my own thing. And, there's a lot of things in my life that kind of go on that I really don't like, or things that are personal that only reflect me. And the only person you can kind of help is yourself to get, like my wife says, or I agree with that, you can't make someone else happy. So with that and said, I took a break and took a long break. I just executed myself out from normal things that I should have been doing, and finally come to reasons that I should be doing those. So I'm kind of coming back. I still got my youth, and I'm still got good skills, and with the tattooing and stuff. So I'm kind of just revamping American Tattoo Company and Enduring Tattoo, and just being a little more involved in the aspect of the art, the business side of it as well. And then, just kind of revamping my life a little bit. And then with my wife, making her
New wife.
New
Yes.
wife.
Bride.
Yay.
new old wife.
New old wife.
Second time over,
Nice.
which is cool. We met in around November, December.
Yeah.
And
Of last year.
Just been a year.
Yeah.
Yes,
Got married
then
twice.
I got married in April. 4/24/24. I was like,
Yeah.
let's just go to Vegas and do it. We were like, cool, let's do it. So we went to Vegas. We had a great time. And then when we got back, we were like, well, I have a lot of friends and
Yeah.
we have a lot of family and everything like that. So we're like, let's just plan a wedding, and we planned it at my house.
Yeah, it was
and
nice.
everything like that. So we did all the work, and the only thing we regret, we didn't get a planner,
We needed a
which
coordinator
turned
that
into
day.
me.
Yeah.
Which, if you got to see the visual, you got to do it yourself.
Yeah.
And then it was really funny that I think the whole thing right now.
I think even if we had hired a coordinator, he still would have.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too. I think,
They would have just gotten out of the way, like I said.
I quit.
Well, I think
We're always like, there
I
went
think
Lawler.
the biggest situation and issue is that you have friends that see that you're doing things that really shouldn't be doing, and then they're like, "Can I help?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Sure, let me go ahead and show you how to do it for you, and then okay, let's go walk over here, and maybe I have something else for you to do." And then somebody else is like, "Hey, I need something," so I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay, let me show you where it's at."
It's the thought
it
that
was
counts, I guess,
Yeah,
right?
you just let me know what needs to be done, and I'll go do it real quick and just write my list down.
delegate,
But other
delegate,
than
delegate.
that, with American Tattoo Company, we ramped it like year and a half, 2 years ago. It's a beautiful shop.
And where is that shop located?
It is located at 25915 Interstate 45, Suite C, in Spring, Texas.
Spring, Texas.
77380. And
Cool.
the number is 281-419-8080. That
Nice.
is 281-419-8080.
I gotta ask you
Voiceovers,
this.
I should
Get
do that.
inked.
I gotta ask you this question, man. Why do I always consider that the Woodlands? But it's
A lot of people do, right?
Yeah,
It's Spring Woodlands.
I mean, you can call it Oak Ridge North too if you wanted to, because it's
Yeah.
right there as well.
I know.
And that's where I live. I live 5
that-
minutes from the shop across the highway.
Yeah,
and
you
it's
do.
Oak Ridge North,
Yeah.
and that is Spring. But you go one block up, and it's the Woodlands.
Yeah. They kind of say like anything past Spring Creek is the Woodlands.
Yeah,
That's kind of how people that live around there say it.
it's so
Woodlands
weird.
Parkway turnover.
Yeah.
That's where the Woodlands starts,
Right.
basically. And I'm like 50 yards from that. So
Yeah, you get to the North Woodlands and then call it Conroe. So
exactly.
go figure.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Exactly. 242 is technically Conroe, right?
Yeah,
But the Woodlands stretches all throughout there, right?
yeah,
Yeah, more
Seems
the west side, I guess.
The Gosling
yeah.
area.
Basically, to me, what is that? Not quite 1488, but right research maybe somewhere around there. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah, that's definitely Woodlands area.
it's a chop out. It's kind of like just all
And
down.
enduring tattoo, is that
It's an
what it is?
umble.
It's an umble. Okay.
yeah. My old
Yeah.
house.
That's where you used to live,
Yeah,
Doug.
In
Yeah.
fact, it's right. It's
Right
right
across
close
from
to.
Aldi's. Right across from Aldi's and CVS.
Yeah, I used to go to a gym that used to be there too. So yeah,
That's right, the gym.
yeah. It used to be Anytime Fitness at one
Yeah, it used
time.
to be Anytime Fitness, and then Lenny Subs was right next to it.
Cool.
So we'll be doing stuff over there. My friend Sheldon's going to hopefully come in and guest artist. Sheldon Remy. He's a really good artist. And he wasn't in Orange County, but he's coming into this area. So he'll be helping out here and there. And then we also, want to take on guest artists as well for both locations if anybody's interested at any time.
How does that work when you have a guest artist?
Usually, guest artists is where they'll have a client that's based in a different area than when they're located, and then what they can do is like gather people from the location saying that I'm going to be in this area. If you want any work from me, then you can book it out. And then once we book that out, then we book the time out for the artist to come in.
And that doesn't cause like bad blood between two different shops. or
It
anything?
shouldn't, but
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't, but like usually that's for people who like to travel.
Oh,
like
okay.
my friend.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Sheldon, like Sheldon.
So they're never
He's-
really locked into one
Exactly.
place.
Yeah, he
It's
just
more like a
closed his
lease
sh-
spot.
Yeah, he just
I
closed
guess.
his shop down
Okay.
in Orange, so he does a lot more traveling. Actually, the mobile tattoo studio that I used to have, he actually bought it.
Is that Orange County, Texas?
It's
Yeah,
Orange,
Okay.
Texas.
Orange, Texas.
Right on the
yeah,
Louisiana
Orange.
border.
Yeah, Orange, right.
I
next
think
to
it's Orange
Louisiana.
County, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
it's
think so. Yeah, but not like
on Sabine.
California.
No,
Yeah.
I think it's Chambers County, but I might be wrong.
Is it Chambers County?
I'm not sure. There's a few different ones over there.
There's a bunch
Yeah.
of long bridges. That's all I know.
Yeah.
That is correct.
Well, that's the Sabine River, right? That runs right through there.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. That much I know.
So, what's the bridge that you don't want to get caught on?
The 10 and outside of Baton Rouge.
Well, I mean, there's a couple. That
travel
one,
there a
that
lot,
one is
so-
terrible. I mean, especially I consider the crossing 10 going east across into Baton Rouge on 10 after 3 o'clock is basically like being around the Galleria at 3 o'clock on Christmas time.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yeah, no.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, stroking out. Yeah, no, it's bad.
Yeah, I avoid the gallery at all costs.
Well, that stretch, and a guy made a comment to me at there's a Subway place in off of Drusilla that I go to now, and he's sold it since, but it's still there. But I remember him telling me, he goes, that's the only place in the country that I-10 basically goes down to one lane because it merges. It merges off the bridge onto, and it does. It goes to one lane. So
Wow.
it's kind of
That
crazy.
seems kind of crazy, yeah.
Which is crazy because it's the widest freeway in the world.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There's quite a bit of difference between Katy I-10
Yeah.
and right getting there off that bridge. Yeah. It is.
And what does that feed you off to when it goes to one lane?
It goes back. It turns back into 10 there, and then 12. It splits into 12. But
But what city is it going into?
it's Baton Rouge.
Baton Rouge. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I mean, it's insane. It's basically like us driving on the north side. If we take the Hardy Tow Road all the way down, and we want to go down, connect with 45. You know how it is. Okay, you have a half a mile to get 6 lanes over to the left.
Yeah.
Good luck. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, no bottlenecks. Yeah.
Yeah. You got to. It's like playing chess. You got to pre-know your moves.
Yeah, that's
It's
right.
like trying to get over. It's like. Argh.
Pardon me. Excuse me. Sorry.
The only good thing about it is having a really nice car. They usually stop or
Yeah. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
back down a little bit. As you kind of move over, it's like so that's pretty cool.
You do have a nice Batmobile out there. I mean,
Yeah.
He does, yeah.
It's either that or the young kids say, "Look at that Lamborghini," or "Look at the Batmobile."
Yeah.
Yeah.
What
Tops
is
down.
it actually?
It is.
I'm not a car guy, so I never know.
2024 Corvette C8 Stingray.
Man, it's beautiful, man. That's a beautiful car.
Yep, 500 horse,
Wow.
Yeah.
0 to 60 in 2.9 seconds.
He's got a nice black color on it. You know, I tell the story when people like, and I always preferred a black vehicle, but one time we were doing that, but company cars that were white because we'd get them, whatever. I'm like, oh God, another white car. And somebody would say, my mom would say, well, don't you want a white car? Because it'd be cool. I said, Mama, I've never got inside my car in June or July in Texas and it was white and say, oh, it's so cold in here. Let me, no. There's no difference
hot
between
regardless.
127 and 129. There's no difference.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what color your car is.
No. Not at all.
It's about how bad the cops want to pull you over.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Especially if you don't do the speed limit.
So have you been stopped any?
Not yet.
No.
Not yet? That's
no.
good. That's
They
surprising.
couldn't catch us. No, I'm just kidding.
Good God.
We're going to see
Top speed of 184.
see him on YouTube.
Yeah. So both locations up and running.
Yeah, both locations are up and running. I did sell it to my friend Jason. And like I said, he's afraid to expand a little bit. So he's, I guess, trying to do everything himself.
And weren't you doing like a mobile tattoo thing?
Yeah, that's what Sheldon bought.
Pay
Oh,
attention,
okay.
God damn it.
I'm sorry. I'm on oxygen here, people.
Yeah.
Just
And
breathe.
then he has
breathe.
we have American Laser Group
Yeah,
also.
we also have American Laser
I was going to
Group.
ask about
Yeah.
that.
I was waiting for you to bring it up. I didn't want to throw you in.
No, we have American Laser Group. It's basically
sell
a
it, man.
non-abrasive tool for women, men, actually young children that
So y'all doing like skin rejuvenation
skin
thing?
rejuvenation.
That's cool.
Dark circles underneath the eyes.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay. I thought it was just tattoo removal.
acne. We do acne with if you have like
Is it more like acne
scarring.
therapy?
Yeah, it's basically it basically
Oh, yeah, for scarring.
rejuvenates the scarring, but also it prevents like acne as well.
So you can like actually smooth out that
That rough, the bumps,
that
the
kind of,
discoloration
yeah.
of the melanin and all that. Yeah, you can.
it's kind of like scarring,
smooth
I
it
guess
up.
you'd say, right?
Yeah,
I don't know all the technical terms, so I'm trying.
yeah, from the aphasia,
Yeah.
from squeezing or just the
Yeah.
inflammation that
So to help smooth out, it'll
yeah.
actually that works.
Gets rid of
Wow.
wrinkles too, and lets everyone know this is not an overnight thing. It's
Yeah.
a regimen. It's like getting your hair done, your nails clipped,
Yeah.
your hair dyed.
It's a
choice
process.
on that. But it's an ongoing thing,
Yeah.
years and years. It just basically stops and it prolongs what will happen. But also, it does help tighten things up. My wife has been on regimens and stuff,
Yeah.
and she sees it. Usually,
It basically reactivates the collagen in
Yeah.
your skin.
Yeah.
So plumps up.
So that's a good
gives you
thing.
that youthful experience.
kind of wakes it up.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
A little
re-energizing.
puts a
Yeah.
little more makes it work out a little bit.
That's cool.
You know? So
And how's that business going? Is it staying pretty busy?
it's
getting there.
it's brutal.
Getting there.
It's brutal, especially in this area. You know, in the woodlands stuff, and you know, there's a lot.
So how did you get into that? Like, what made you?
Because when I retired from tattooing and piercing and stuff, I was just like, well, you know, I want to do something maybe a little bit more important or sophisticated, or
Yeah, it
you
sounds
know, a
like a
little
big
more
investment,
controlled.
just like machines and
Well, it's
knowledge,
like
right?
Well, it's like you want to, it's a competition of Botox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll be getting into that.
But
too.
you had to get educated for it too, right? Like you can't just
Yeah, I went to school.
So you have to get
School
licensed.
college.
Okay.
It's in Dallas, and it's like
All right.
a 3-day course. And they teach you.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, it's not. It's not.
Wow.
It runs about $1,500.
That's not bad at all.
So, you know, and then with your program, and then you pay a fee per year, and you can get like free training. So if I wanted to hire somebody, I just send them to class, and they would get trained for free. And
So it's
stuff.
the equipment that probably puts you in it.
It's $150,000.
Oh wow.
So my payments are like $4,000 a month.
Yeah.
But the good thing about that is it's isolated in my studio that I'm already paying for.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's
one-stop shop. We
Yeah.
put them on and take
Yeah.
them off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and then that's.
But it's not just tattoo removal, like you said. It's
No, there's a
there's
lot
several
more
other-
skincare and
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's like,
One of our dreams, my mom is going to retire in about 18 months or so, and she's a registered nurse. And one of our dreams really is to take that laser business out of the tattoo shop
Yeah.
into an independent med spa setting. And then she could oversee fillers, Botox, and other type of skin
Yeah.
treatments. So we can
She's
really expand our opportunities
license
there.
for it. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds like a good plan.
cool. Yeah.
That's a good
That's
business
why I'm
plan.
going back to work so we can afford that stuff
Yeah.
later. You know, because I mean, like I said, the laser business is not like tattooing. It's just one of those things where you have to spend so much money on marketing.
Yeah, I was wondering about that, like how
So
much
much.
it was to get into that. But
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was easy to get into debt. It was really easy. I was like, I
Yeah.
can do this. I can afford the payments. My credit's great.
Yeah.
You know, blah, blah, blah. Here's $150,000 Medine, you know?
Yeah.
I'm just like,
That's a hard hit for anyone starting, something.
Okay.
Well, but
Yeah.
you know what? That's even more so now. I see the value in this podcast because it's getting people, and we talk to people across the country. There's people in different countries that actually listen to us, but we also focus on locals. Thanks to Rob because he tells me I hate locals all
And
the
we
time.
got to put locals on, man.
But
We love our local
I
people.
I do like local entrepreneurs. I love
Yeah.
having them on, and dude, like I said, this is right up your alley with that creativity that you just keep. You just have a worm inside you that just keeps on going. You know, my grandfather was a lot like that, man.
Right,
so
right.
he retired a few times, man. You know, so
Sometimes you just got to go back.
Well,
Yeah.
creative people cannot create. They have to create.
Or, you know, and the best way to put it, there's no one's failure. There's people have the position, and they usually shouldn't run both of them
Yeah.
to be really successful. So my guys that are there and my females that are there, you know, my people that work for me, their jobs to, you know, work to make their clients' experience very enjoyable. And my job is to work on the business
Yeah.
to make those people come in here. So it's like you got to do your part, and I have to do mine. And
Yeah, you gotta have
I've been
all the
relying-
gears.
I've been relying on them too much to do that,
Mm-hmm.
and that's where I've failed.
Mm.
You
well,
know,
we'll help promote that, dude. Like I
yeah,
said,
get the B2B moment, right?
Yeah.
Business to business.
yeah, I like that idea, man. Like I said, I think that's a very cool concept. I just thought you were doing the tattoo removal.
No,
yeah.
I bought a. It's actually a piece that goes with the machine, and that was $12,000. So I would be able to do a little bit more. I'm like, I can get it. Why not? I can.
Yeah.
I mean,
Be
it's
more versatile.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
it's what we would really like to do is with the tattoo removal is just make it a nonprofit.
Oh,
to
wow.
where- and so my wife can explain a little bit
Well,
more.
our goal is to turn the tattoo removal into a nonprofit. And then that way we can offer at zero or low cost tattoo removals for folks that have prison tattoos or
Yeah.
Human trafficking or
Yeah.
any type of tattoos on their face or their hands that might prevent them from getting
ex-wives,
employment,
ex-wives.
potentially.
Or hell, even musicians that want to
Right.
be a
Yeah.
teacher and their school don't want them to have tattoos on
Yeah.
their hands or face or whatever. But they
But you
got
see
that,
a lot of
so
these gang members wanting to come out of that
Exactly.
that lifestyle.
anybody
and
that can't get a job
and
and
just-
just they have a tattoo or
yeah,
a short term decision they make.
Yeah.
Like I said, the laser removal, it's a process. It takes time to do that.
And that
the
frees them
getting
from
that
the
tattoos. Like
it frees them from making that bad
you
decision.
got the money,
know?
and you got it's like
second
cheating on a girl. It only takes 5 minutes. You know,
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? You know,
But you can give them a second chance. See what I did
True.
there?
Exactly.
Yep.
Second
Oh,
chance.
John Janash.
John
What's up,
Janash.
Janash? Oh.
We miss John, man.
Yeah, we do.
But yeah, that's awesome.
So our goal is to have the 501c3
That would be very cool.
Filed by the end of this year for sure.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Nice.
So other than
That's
that,
exciting.
you know, with the whole Relevant Saints thing back in the
Music.
day,
Your music side. You
My
got so
music
many
side.
sides, man.
By the way, I have to mention that, I'm interrupting again.
Go ahead.
But I like this about you. You have
He's like a
a
Rubik's
partner
Cube.
in life.
Yes.
And y'all are doing stuff together. That looks really cool, man.
That is very cool.
She definitely
Yeah.
adds to it and doesn't take away at all.
Yeah, see? That's the
It's like y'all
Flutters me with
so
like
y'all wake up
so much.
Y'all wake
you know?
up and you're on the same page. Y'all go to sleep and have the same dreams.
it's
And that's kind of cool, man.
It's complimentary, that's
The-
great.
The thing I wake up is if I have a weird thing and I just fucking flip her off, she'd be like, but she knows I'm joking.
Yeah.
You know, that's just the connection we have. It's
Yeah.
just like, I'll make you some coffee, bitch. You know? And she's like, good, extra creamer, bitch. You know, so it's just like we talk about everything.
Yeah, that's
Everything.
That's the best way to be.
But, I'm seeing that. Yeah, I'm like, wow, I like that. So it's good. It's a good
We're a
thing.
good powerhouse.
Yeah.
Like when she left her job, she was a GM for Central Market, and the higher up have put her in a position where she felt like she wasn't needed anymore, or it wasn't for her. So she decided to.
I wanted to get out of grocery during COVID.
Yeah, if you just find
Like
yourself
if you went to a
wanting to
grocery
change.
store during COVID.
Right.
You didn't want to sell Tony's anymore?
Well, I mean, I loved you guys, but like grocery runs its toll, and I had done grocery
Yeah.
for about 20
It
years.
definitely-
Central Market doesn't sell Tony's Accessories.
Yes,
Oh.
they do.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, they do.
They do.
Oh, it's got a normal American label on it because everything I see in Central Market's got like different like.
Central
I
Market.
can't read it. I can't read nothing in that
got it,
store.
man.
They have
But
their
the
own
food's
brand,
there.
right?
Everything.
Central Market has their own brand.
Yeah.
Central
Yeah.
Market. Yeah.
But I had done grocery for 20 years
Yeah.
and thought about getting out of it during COVID when I was working for Whole Foods. And Central Market recruiters called and said, we've got this amazing opportunity. And it was like a dream job. I
Yeah.
mean, Central Market's fantastic. Did that for a few years and just realized, no, I probably should have left then. But I had already gone back to school and got my bachelor's in sociology and planned to go to law school. And so now being
Here we
able to
go.
do this, we get
Wow.
he's been able to support me enough to where
That's awesome.
in 26, I'll be going back to law school and starting a consultancy for small businesses and artists and musicians and folks that didn't feel like they could afford really good
Yeah.
legal counsel or business building consultancy. So
Well, that's very cool. Y'all have your heart in our business.
And that's
I
why
think that's awesome.
and then
right?
you married someone called Lawler. I mean,
exactly.
just saying.
Let's just say
Law by Lawler.
we'll leave
Law by Lawler.
we'll leave some name out that we want to help people that won't have that happen to them.
Yeah,
If
I hear you.
If you know what I'm saying.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
So that's one of those things where we'll be very affordable
Yeah.
to independent. Which you play in a band, you're still independent. I don't care who the fuck you're talking about.
Yeah,
You're
but so
still
many
an
people are
independent entity.
Absolutely.
underrepresented, legally,
Oh, they
for
did-
legal
they-
things.
Bands who get in a band
Yeah.
just don't know.
Yeah, and they
like
just don't
if you
know.
go
You're
beyond
right.
a certain point, this is a business now.
Yeah,
It's not just playing around.
absolutely
So I
right.
mean, there's a fine line between
like how many big bands have learned that lesson the
I
hard
say
way?
I wrote this,
Exactly.
or it's
Yeah.
like prove it.
Yeah,
Stuff like that. So
I grew up. My father was an artist and worked on his own, and I've made and built a couple of businesses. And after working in the corporate world, it just really became evident to me that I missed that small business approach, and really wanted to play a part in our Houston community. And
that's cool.
and knowing how Lawler's just such a juggernaut of building businesses and idea creation and creative flow, like having someone like me on his side going, hold on, let's really talk about this from a logistical standpoint, or here's the technical resources that we need, or let me review that contract before you sign it.
Yeah, and you already have so many like built-in members, because so many people like you, and respect you. So
yeah,
I think that's
I'm
a
glad.
good thing. Yeah,
Especially a lot of bigger people out there are like, I'm glad he's my friend.
yeah. Just keep doing what you're doing, man. I think that's
Yeah.
the way to do it.
He's really inspiring.
Yeah, for sure.
So we got like I have this new project with Angela,
Yeah.
which plays with Cathartic.
Yeah.
we're
Vocalist.
Yep.
We had her in just not too long ago.
Just a couple weeks ago.
A couple weeks ago, yeah.
And it was just, she's like, I mentioned American Tattoo Company, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, that was like the last 2 minutes of the section. So it was going through some stuff, and I'm just like, oh, you can't rewind this thing. So I was like, yeah, I didn't get to listen to that, but I listened to right before that happened. But I don't want to listen to the whole podcast again and say, American Tattoo Company. Oh, Angela, it was awesome. Thank you. But yeah,
that's funny.
Yeah, she told me about it, and she had a great time on this podcast.
So what do y'all have going on?
Studio project.
We have a studio project going on right now. Her main focus is Cathartic, and I would like that to be that way. So, the chances that I got with Relevant Saints wasn't. The music was awesome.
And you're a drummer.
Yeah, I'm the drummer.
Yep.
The original drummer, wrote all the shit.
Yep.
And then going from there, and then having things happen with that, I got robbed of wanting to play out.
Yeah,
I just want to play out. That's
sour taste in your mouth.
No merch, none of this Facebook feed ads and YouTube and stuff like that. Angela can handle all that chaos. Yeah. I just want to go out and play.
You're like me, man. I just want.
We don't even have a name yet. We got like 2 or 3 tracks. We're going in the studio tomorrow with Wade Constance. He is an amazing producer. He's an amazing musician. He knows the meat and potatoes of a song.
Yeah, I was lucky enough to get a little taste of what y'all had going on, and it's really cool.
Yeah,
I can't wait for everyone to hear it.
Yeah, so I'm trying to bring Alan O'Barr back in. We're working on that. I told him he can record at home when he's happy with it. He can send it over to Wade, and
oh, that's cool.
We only want to play like 2 or 3, maybe 4 times a year. That's about it. That's good. Get out there. I just want to go out and play
every quarter.
Yeah, because I have like a big, band practice bass room and all that with huge ass systems and then, in-ear monitors and all that.
Oh, wow.
So, and if any band out there just needs a place to practice or whatever, if they're in a bind or whatever, they can,
hit you up.
Contact me if they need a place to.
Is that at your house? Or?
Yeah, it's in the
home
Woodlands.
studio. Okay.
Spring, Oak Ridge North. It's right there.
Wherever we live.
We're like 5 minutes from the Woodlands Mitchell Pavilion. So if that tells you anything, this is about as close as we're gonna get.
Can you hear the concerts when it's going on?
No. But the fireworks are really fucking awesome.
Oh yeah, that's right. They do.
We get that every year.
They do that right there on the water, right?
Out the waterway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really nice. It's nice to go down there and do
we
walks too.
We go to a lot of those
You do?
concerts.
Yeah, we went to a lot of concerts last year. Man, it was just I've done more last year than I've done in my entire life.
You can literally just Uber there, right?
Yeah,
could.
but we have places we can park.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I wouldn't suggest running across the freeway. I'd probably,
Google Maps actually.
Google Maps when we
Does it really?
I think we had.
That's so funny.
Was it for the wedding or something? She looked
we
up
had
walking.
We needed to go to the shop for something, and it recommended we walk right across I-45.
Oh my goodness.
Straight across, like literally straight through I-45.
Pardon me.
It was
That's
a
funny.
quick 14-minute walk.
Yeah. Jesus.
If
Straight
you
to the
make
hospital.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I almost died on
That's
that.
hilarious.
On the pretty close to that area too.
Dang.
Good
And
Lord.
going to a funeral. I got hit by a tire.
Oh no.
18-wheel tire, full tire, and it hit me in the head.
Oh my God.
Dropped me down on the ground, and I slid for maybe like 3 football fields, and then it slowed down enough to where the tires hit. And
Oh, you on a motorcycle or something?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
No equipment,
Yeah.
no nothing. I had my pair of Kenneth Coles on, some slacks, and a
Dang.
T-shirt with a tie on.
Oh no.
That was it. So
Damn.
Yeah.
paid that bill off.
That's why I don't have a motorcycle.
I got one. She bought me one. We went to Harley. She's like,
I look at them every day. Literally look at motorcycles every day. I've been wanting one since I was 16, but I
I
like my
got him one
skin.
for our wedding present.
well, if you ever want to ride my neighborhood, you can just ride up down the road.
Nah, I'm good.
I got a cul-de-sac. Nobody will come in and get you.
If I fall, there's still concrete. So it's
Oh
like,
yeah,
no.
yeah. We'll gear you up.
Street is even worse than concrete, I think.
Yeah.
You know, like my street, I couldn't imagine falling on my street.
Oh my.
Yeah, it would just
I
make
was
you.
like, that's a cross between like rock and like tar.
Yeah.
It's been melted, and then just the rocks are coming up. Because I was
Yeah.
like,
He's excited to just
you
wheel
can
out of
even
here.
burn out on this shit. It's
I know,
like
yeah.
ripped. That'd be a hell of a
yeah, that would
race right there. That
look like
road's pretty bad. Man.
yeah,
If you-
ground hamburger meat.
Oh, it'd be so horrible. My whole
Yeah.
face looked like I had no nose because my the blood from the skin.
That
was
sounds
dark.
terrible, man. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, I can show you pictures.
Oh no, I'm good.
It wasn't too bad.
Well, man, you got your plate full. I'm
the one
glad to hear
video
that.
I got, I squirted it and it had all the water blood coming out of it. It was pretty cool.
No, I'll pass.
Anyway,
So that's good, man. It's exciting to hear that y'all have so many good things going on, and your heart's in it. Your son's
Life's
super
good.
motivated.
got a great partner.
Yeah,
Like absolutely great partner. And,
Yeah,
and
this
all the
union was
people,
just
all the
really
friends
good.
that I associate with are amazing.
yeah,
You know, it's just the things you know to be aware of is who's
Yeah.
good and who's bad, and who
and you know, people make mistakes, you know, and people do weird shit sometimes, and you know,
I've been
you just
sober
gotta-
almost 7 years in alcohol.
you just got to hope that they learn from that and just do better, you know, and that's all we can all do as
Look at
humans.
Steve-O. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's amazing.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool.
What you got, Doug?
I
Did
got
you fade
nothing.
out?
I got nothing. I'm just listening, man.
He's just listening. He's
New
just enjoying it.
injection of a product or anything? Any new stuff?
Very soon. Very soon.
All right.
But not yet.
We'll have to get them some lanyards or something. You got any lanyards in your truck?
I actually might have some lanyards in my truck.
Might have to hook them up.
Yeah.
Is this transportable?
It is.
Cool. We should do a big ass crawfish at my house and have nothing but like musicians come and you can interview like people. all
Yeah,
day
we've
long.
done it. We've actually taken this to Wildcatters and BFE.
Yeah.
Where else have we got? I think that's it.
And we have 2 of them now.
Yeah, we do have 2 of them now. Yeah.
Yeah, we're a 2 roadcaster family now.
Nice.
I'm waiting for his son to take over so it can still be Doug and Rob. It can be Doug and Robbie.
No, but we're doing this for life, man.
I'm stuck. Huh?
How about Rob Doug the Tunes?
there you go.
Rob
can make
Doug
that
and the
happen.
Tunes.
Anything else you want to pimp today before we kick you to the
I was
curb?
just talking about y'all stuff. Oh man.
Oh, we're like I said, we're almost to 100. I can't believe we've gone this far with it.
Yeah, we took 1 week off.
Yeah, I think 1 week we didn't do
That
one.
was it. Yeah.
I don't remember why we did that, but
I don't know. It could have been travel.
Maybe.
Christmas or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Going into the hospital,
no, it wasn't
maybe.
Christmas.
I think it was travel.
I think you were traveling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
But even
hospital.
we've even done it while he's on the road. He'll call in and
yeah, I've been in
We'll do it that way.
Minneapolis. Here, there.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've done it before.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
so we
That's
try to
pretty
keep it every week, you know.
That's cool.
But
Fun.
you got to stay dedicated if you want to be successful in anything you do, right? So
Yep.
you guys keep
And
pushing.
we kind of got the word because we went back to school to. They were doing extending courses in the business aspect of it, and they were like, it takes about 2 or 3 years. I'm like, and you know, going from a lot of things that I jump into and it's really good and it's successful, and then having the laser, it's just like, needs more work.
Yeah.
You know, but we'll get it.
You'll get it.
We'll get it there, man. Consistency.
Yeah, just keep pushing.
Yeah. Well,
We'll look to Doug to go out there and pimp this out to all of his people, you know.
yeah, we want to promote American Tattoo and
American Laser Group.
Mazer American Laser Group, and like I said, not just the tattoo removal, which I thought, but all the other treatments. That, like I said, that's a new burgeoning market, so that's a smart move, man.
Yep.
And the Woodlands is a good location for that, I believe. So
Yeah, no, there's a lot of people that like to do those regimens.
yeah. But we'll post more about this on our Facebook site, and please like and subscribe.
Thanks for being here.
Thank you.
Thanks so much.